Center in Los Angeles. This is Kcal 9 News at 4.
I have never felt this kind of pain in my life.
Now at 4, sadness and frustration over the shooting death of a Riverside County Sheriff's deputy. The outcry grows that his murder could have been prevented if his killer were kept in jail. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rachel Kim.
And I'm Jasmine Beal. This is Kcal 9 News at 4 o'clock, streaming on CBS News Los Angeles. There are still a lot of questions about the death of Riverside County Deputy Isaiah Cordero. Deputy Cordero was killed during that traffic stop in Jurupa Valley. Cordero's killer was then shot and killed by deputies after leading them on a pursuit. The suspect, a three-striker, had a long and violent history. The sheriff says the ex-convict had never been on the street, and now the community is coming to grips with this tragedy.
We have live team coverage this afternoon. Michelle Geely standing by with more reaction. But first, we go to Joy Benedict, who has the latest on the investigation and the suspect's history of brushes with law. Joy.
Yeah, guys, I mean, this is certainly such a tough one for so many here in this community and really all over Southern California who have heard about this story. But we are live right now in Jurupa Valley, and you can see that a small memorial is starting to grow right here on the corner of Condor and Golden West, not far from where the shooting took place. Actually, one of two places that folks are putting down flowers simply in disbelief and grieving over the loss of this young deputy. There was a somber feel on this small street in Jurupa Valley. Small bouquets of flowers rest on the sidewalk where Riverside County Sheriff's Deputy Isaiah Cordero was shot to death during a traffic stop on Thursday.
We hear a huge, like, bah! I see the police officer laying in the floor.
I checked his pulse and there was pulse. I could feel it, but the other person said no.
This neighbor doesn't want to show her face for fear of retaliation, but her security cameras caught the frantic scene that followed. Neighbors running out, the abandoned motorcycle, and the attempt by so many to save Cordero's life.
My wife, she was crying because, hey, we got kids of the same age, and it's really sad.
After the shooting, deputies say the shooter, convicted felon William Shea McKay, led officers on a high-speed chase that ended on the 15 freeway in Norco. McKay was killed in the shooting.
I'm ex-military, and what hurts me the most profoundly, he never had a chance to fight back. Never had a chance.
Carlos Padilla is Deputy Cordero's uncle.
And it would tell me, Dio, these people have tinted windows. At night, I'm by myself. I don't know who's in the car. I don't know. I don't know if they're pointing a weapon at me. And look what happened. The same thing he told me, and he predicted they took his life.
But what makes this deputy's death even more upsetting to so many is the fact that McKay should have been behind bars.
My nephew loved his job. But that same law that he swore to uphold with all his heart and all his might killed my nephew.
McKay was a three-strike felon. He was arrested in 1999 for an armed pursuit and served 3 years in prison. His second strike came in 2005 for robbery and assault. He served 13 years behind bars. Then in 2021, he was arrested after a police chase that resulted in a canine being stabbed by an accomplice. He was convicted of false imprisonment and criminal threats after kidnapping his girlfriend and tying her up, but he never got a chance to be sentenced to his third strike. After being convicted, the DA's office says his bail was lowered from $950,000 to $500,000, and he bailed out. McKay never showed up for his sentencing in October.
This animal should have never been on the street. He should have never, we know that. But this keeps repeating itself over and over and over again.
Now again, because McKay was what is called a third strike felon, he was supposed to be sentenced back in October to 25 years to life in prison. That is a set requirement by the state of California. However, again, he never showed up to that sentencing after being out on bail. A bench warrant was issued for his arrest, but nobody saw him, of course, until yesterday. Guys.
Joy, thank you so much. Our team coverage continues now with Kcal 9's Michelle Geely. She spoke with others who knew Deputy Cordero, including a cousin who says the fallen lawman was his inspiration.
It's just heartbreaking knowing that I'm the only one left now. And I wish he can be here, but
2 short weeks ago, murder deputy Isaiah Cordero took the stage alongside his cousin David Padilla as he was sworn in as a San Bernardino deputy sheriff.
ever since I seen him graduate the academy, I believe approximately